just want to say welcome. And the Small Business Development Center is part of a nationally accredited network of SBDCs. There are actually over 1,000 of them in the United States. And each of us is funded by the federal government at the Small Business Administration, and then funded by state governments, and then hosted at local universities. So Temple SBDC is here in Philadelphia at Temple University. We focus on Philadelphia County, Montgomery County, and Eastern Montgomery, and Lower Bucks. I think I might have said Montgomery twice. But if you are somewhere else in Pennsylvania joining us, there are SBDCs across the state of Pennsylvania. There are actually 16 of them. And if you're joining us from some other state, we are happy to have you online with us today, but we do want to remind you that your state also has an SBDC that you can reach out to for assistance. This is a webinar that is getting recorded. You will receive a copy of the PowerPoint and the recording in a follow-up email within 1 to 2 business days of the presentation. If you have questions throughout, we do encourage you to utilize the Q&A. We want you to use the chat for comments, but if you have a question, I don't want it to get lost in the comments and the back and forth that might be happening in the chat. So please do utilize the Q&A. If you scroll to the bottom of your screen with your mouse, you should see it. It's a button with 2 little chat icons, and that's for Q&A. If you have any questions or concerns, you can also chat me individually, and I will get back to you as I will be here throughout the presentation. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let our guest speaker, Mac, get us started here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Some quick housekeeping things. I've done a few of these now. We'll talk about like Google, sometimes we'll talk about Facebook or SEO. I'll get into my background a little bit and also really dive into details on Google My Business. In terms of using Zoom, as mentioned, you'll have this chat option. You'll see that I just posted there. There's my contact information, name, email. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, as well as our company website. And then the Q&A, you can use that for asking questions. Make it real time. So I'll answer questions as they come in. Do not be scared to ask questions because you'll probably have questions as I go through this. And I already got one from Bill. I'll answer that. You can also raise your hand. You know, if I have a question or if you just like want to raise your hand to ask something, you can do that too. I am going to be sharing my screen. I wish I could put this on YouTube live, but it looks like it won't let me. So I'm just going to do a presentation, and I'm going to use some real world examples, which will make it probably most applicable and easy to understand. All right, so hopefully everybody can see my screen because I'm going to jump into it. So we're going to talk about how to manage and grow using Google My Business, which is very important for local SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, ranking at the top of Google for local search results. It's incredibly important. So I am going to be launching a course that goes over a lot of this in detail and break down all these steps. But for today, you know, what to expect, who am I, what's Google My Business, how to access and set it up, how to optimize it, and then manage and grow it, and then use some basic reporting and insights. This is going to be probably 45 minutes. I'll leave some time for Q&A. You're going to learn how to set up and manage Google My Business, how to rank higher on Google using Google My Business, and understanding how the platform works. Ask questions throughout because you might get stuck. A lot of you might have similar questions as well. You're probably here because you have a small or local business and you want to rank higher on Google and get more traffic, customers, and revenue. It's really what it comes down to. Quick little chat here. Please go into presentation mode. I think I am in presentation mode. Am I not? Or you want me to present the entire, oh, I'm in the chat here. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you're on a phone. Okay. That might make it a little tough because I'm going to jump around. So it's going to make it a little tougher for me, but we'll start with this until I jump around and do the live preview. So understanding you and your business, Google My Business isn't for everyone. You know, It's really meant for small local businesses that have more of a local or regional presence, that could benefit from people searching online for their types of products or services that they provide. You know, a lot of other businesses, you know, maybe 5 to 10% of businesses out there really won't benefit from Google My Business at all. Like if you're an international company with no local presences, you probably don't need this, or you're a government agency without a local office, you don't need this. But if you're a location-based or service area business, you can definitely benefit from Google My Business. There is a form I could send to you, you know, fill out this form. This is basically the questions that Google would ask whenever you're setting up Google My Business. But before you start or manage one, you got to really think about what your goals are, because as a business owner, you have to realize where your time is best spent. So if you're a business that could benefit from ranking higher on Google locally to get more traffic, phone calls, leads, and customers, then it's probably a good bet for you. If you're more of like a national business without a local presence, you might want to spend your time on other things such as like website SEO or paid advertising. Why Google My Business? For me specifically, I run two local businesses here in Philly. They're both 7-figure businesses. And I would say for the one business, it generates 75% of our revenue. So if you're a local service business, for starters, you can make a lot of free money by getting customers from Google. Go Eagles. All right. Thanks, Daniel. Some Q&A already. How can I do GMB if I'm a virtual business? I don't want to put my home address. We'll talk about that, Bill. Is Google My Business the same or similar to Google Workspace? No, Google Workspace that's a redefined term from Google, where you basically create a Google account for your business, which means like setting up an email. You could get a domain through them, different securities, and you know, Google Drive and all those different things done. So those are different. A little bit about me. Name's Mac Frederick. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. I do talk a lot about digital marketing, so you'll probably learn about different things that I talk about. I own 2 different companies, also do some real estate. So my main company is Momentum Digital. We do a lot of digital marketing for small local business owners. I also own Phone Repair Philly, which I have 4 retail locations. So if you're a retail business or a brick and mortar, we could have a lot to talk about. More of a serial entrepreneur than anything. I've sold a couple small businesses and failed in a couple small businesses or startups previously. Also, you know, have some patents, sold some equity in some startups. I used to work for Google. I might not look very old, but you know, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. I went to Penn State and then got recruited by Google and worked in their small business Google Ads department for 2 years before starting my agency on the side. And more than anything, I think my key, you know, understanding is local SEO, which involves Google My Business. So if you're a small local business owner and want to rank higher on Google, that's really like one of the main things I understand more than anything. My whole family went to Penn State. I went to Penn State, got involved with entrepreneurship. I played sports my whole life, played club soccer at Penn State, got involved with the entrepreneurship club, founded some startups, started doing phone repair at Penn State, which I still do now, obviously 10 years later. I've sold 2 phone repair companies in previous towns, both college towns. Started a company called Vortic Watches. Look that up on your own time. It's a really cool, started as an engineering licensing business, but turned into a product business. Then I worked for Google, sold my equity in the watch company and sold my other phone repair shop, and then moved to Philly 6 years ago. So I've been in Philly 6 years now, and I've been through a lot, as I'm sure all of you have as small business owners. But my claim to fame is anything Google related. So this presentation will cater to you if you're a small business owner, a new business owner, or a local business, or if you're an entrepreneur or marketer looking to learn more about Google My Business specifically. I'm going to ask quiz questions throughout this. Winners get a free SEO audit. So if you get the answer right, make sure to take my email down in the chat and email me afterwards saying that you got the quiz question right. What is Google's original company name? Put it in the chat. The first person to put it in the chat gets the free SEO audit. What is Google's original company name? That's back in like the mid 90s too, by the way. They changed their name probably late 90s, I think it was. Everybody's Googling it right now, I'm sure. So first person to Google it and figure it out. What is Google's original company name? Ayana, correct. Email me your website link. And I will do a website SEO audit for you. If you don't have a website, just email me anyways and let me know what your company name is and any information about it. I could do a local SEO audit too. So Backrub, yep, it was called Backrub, which is sort of in reference to backlinking one link to another website, which is sort of the basis of search engine optimization and what companies are showcased and ranked higher on Google. Really cool video here. We used to run this series called Small Business Saturday for about 2 years. It took up a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources, but every single week we highlighted and promoted a small local business in Philly completely for free. It's something that would typically cost like $2,000 to $3,000. We did it for free every single week. As you can imagine, it took a lot of time and resources, so we stopped doing it. We turned it to a podcast, which still took a lot of time. If anybody wants to learn more about it or, wants to see any of these videos, I'm sure you'll recognize a lot of the companies that we've worked with. It's a really cool series. I'll put the link here in the chat. Watch it on your own time. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube. Let me pause this. So let me put this video in the chat, and I'll also put a link to our blogs. So Momentum has two blogs.
The only way to get consulting clients in today's market is cold email. Oh, no, wait, sorry. No, I'm sorry.
So I'm going to link a blog to our marketing blog and our Small Business Saturday blog. The only reason I'm doing this is because there are tons of articles and videos talking about everything you guys would want to learn about marketing completely for free for you guys to have. And then the Small Business Saturday blog, which we're actually in the process of re-editing, highlights all the small businesses that we've worked with in that series. So check that out. And I thought I saw a question here. Okay, it's been answered. Back to the presentation. And then we'll jump into Google My Business. So how does Google work? It's not as difficult as you think. Basically, Google wants to put relevant websites and information at the top of Google that are most relevant, helpful, and reliable to what a person is looking for or asking on Google. That's what it comes down to. They've created algorithms based on indexing and ranking websites based on the quality of the content, page speed, the mobile friendliness, the referring backlinks, everything like that. It is not due to aliens, but it's basically Google just putting whatever's most reliable and relevant and helpful at the top. That's what it comes down to. SEO breakdown. There are different things when it comes to SEO. There's local SEO, which is local, search results. But SEO is really broken down into two categories if you're looking to rank your website higher. There's on-page authority, which has to do with like your keywords, your internal links, your content, your metadata, and then off-page, which has to do with your backlinking and other people linking to your website. Let's go back out here. I'm going to fast forward to what is Google My Business. It's a free and easy tool to use. I highly suggest downloading it on your phone. You can download it on your phone and create an account or log into your account. It allows you to post to Google to update your information, hours, descriptions, services, products. You can post pictures, images, videos, virtual tours, events, promotions, all these different things. Google is making the My Business tool very similar to a social media application, but for businesses. That's how I would phrase it. You can use it on desktop, tablet, or mobile. I would suggest using it as you do social media like Instagram and trying to post, 2 or 3 times a week to Google. We'll walk through some of those things. Basic statistics. As of 2020, Google counts for more than 80% of total search traffic. 60% of local businesses have not claimed their Google My Business listing. I guarantee there's multiple people watching right now that have not claimed their Google My Business or set one up. 72% of users who did a Google search visited a store within 8 kilometers of where they were searching. So people are looking for local, hyper-local search results. People want convenience. 46% of all Google searches feature local intent, like, hey, I'm looking for a restaurant near me or a bicycle shop near me. 78% of local oriented searches will lead to an offline conversion. That means somebody purchasing something in your store or dining at your restaurant or hiring your company. 88% of customers will call or visit with a store within 24 hours of making a search from a mobile device. People are searching from their smartphones. They're finding the top 3 results and they're calling them or going to those businesses. Case study, my company, Phone Repair Philly. These are older statistics too. I haven't updated these screenshots, but I started the company in 2015, October, bootstrapped it. I started the company with $1,000 in a co-working space. I used my digital resources like Google and Google My Business to rank at the top of Google in the top 3 search results for any related keyword search terms to the services I provided. Within 18 months, 5,000% growth to 3 locations, 10 employees. We ranked at the top of Google for all 3 locations. And I started reinvesting all the profits into growing the company. As you can see, that has a direct correlation to Google My Business Analytics, Google Analytics from the website, and revenue analytics. A direct correlation to ranking higher on Google, leading to revenues and profits. There's no way to dispute that. That shows you the power of Google My Business. I'll do a quick search here. Let's just search for cell phone. I need to minimize this or move this. Let's search for cell phone repair. Cell phone repair Philadelphia. So if I search cell phone repair Philadelphia, phone repair Philly ranks first. In the local search results with 600 reviews, it knows where you're located. If you have any sort of location settings turned on, or if you're on your phone or tablet, it's going to take your closest proximity search results. And then you have the organic website results, which I also rank first and second here. If you try another iPhone repair shops Philly, do another search. We rank first and second. Our website also ranks first and second. So direct correlation to ranking at the top of Google, leading to growth in sales, revenues, and profits. The greatest thing about this, if you take nothing away from this, except for this point, Google is free to use. There's no cost for advertising. And it drives direct trust and traffic from customers that leads to revenues and profits since you're not spending money on marketing. It has the highest ROI and profit of any sort of marketing other than word of mouth. Local SEO will change your business for the better if you can figure it out. Hopefully you learned some things today and can apply it to your business. And a lot of what we blog and talk about on our website talks about this. I definitely suggest connecting with me on YouTube and Instagram because I talk about this stuff as well. So these are Google My Business listings. These first 3 results, this is called the map pack. The Google Map Pack, which you would also search if you go to Maps, then it gives you like the complete rundown of like, you know, all the local businesses. People search on Google, people search on Maps for local businesses. And Google or customers trust this because they see your reviews, they see your location, they see your pictures. You know, I went over to Maps here and we actually rank first, second, and third. If I go back and I click into one of these listings, this is a Google My Business listing. This is for the closest proximity location to me right now. I'm downtown right now in Philly, and I do have a shop downtown. Right here, it'll show you the business name, the category, the phone number, the hours, the description, the website. You can list your products and services, questions and answers, images, photos, videos, your reviews, your review responses, your posts, your descriptions, all these different things. So before I jump into that and use a real world example, we'll see what these next few slides have. So first thing you need to do is access your Google My Business. You either need to create it or claim it. So to do that, what you could do is all you need to do is have a Google account or a Gmail, and you can search for your business and claim and verify it, or log into your existing account. If you have an account, like I do, I go to, you can just type in Google, My Business, which is business.google.com. You click on this or do it on your phone, download the My Business app. You're going to hit sign in. If you already have an account, it will be in here. If you do not have an account, try checking your other Gmails or what other emails you have and logging into those with Google My Business. If you don't have one, then you need to claim your account or create one. I think someone raised their hand. How can you tell it's Google My Business results? Tony, are you talking about my sales? Oops. Tony, are you talking about my sales? Yes, okay. I use every customer that comes in, I use a Google form. I use Google for everything. So, for example, I use a check-in form. There's no other way to know. There's no other way to know unless you have pure analytics on it. So here's a check-in form. I don't want to go next level with digital marketing and automations and all this stuff, but this form is really in depth into my next marketing automation with email and text messages and reviews and social media and all this stuff. If I can get a summary of the responses here, it might take a while to load. Just in the last year, there's been 12,000 customers. So for the last year and a half, I created this form in early 2020. So I ask which location, which device they have, blah, 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 blah. How did you hear about us? 71% Google. The next closest is a friend or referral, which that person originally could have also found us on Google. And then we have drive-by, walk-by, social media, etc. 71% of over $1 million business. So this is at least $700,000 a year, which cost me zero in advertising and marketing. It just took a little time and a little bit of patience. All right. I hope that answers your question. Q&A. I'll answer that in a second, Bill. So if you already have an account, remember, log in. If there's nothing in there, you need to create an account. Or you can search for your business, as mentioned. You can search for your business and claim your account. Does somebody want to give me their business name? And I can use that as an example. To access the account, you'll need to claim and verify it. So I could do that as an example. I could claim or request access to one of your guys' account, which you could do with your own account. Blooming Home Care. Ayana, where are you located? Because I am going to live audit your account. This isn't you, Moravia. They are a big company. So either you don't have enough recognition.
She's saying it's blooming you with a capital U after the blooming, one word. I don't know if you see that.
Blooming. Oh, blooming you. Huh. Let's hope you pop up. All right. Come on. You do not have much of a online presence, unfortunately. So there's no Google My Business account here. I see a Facebook page and some other random directories and listings. Is this the website? Do you have a physical location? There's so many home care clients and companies these days that like they're popping up left and right. Let's see. Do you have an actual location? If so, put the address in the chat for me. Because Google doesn't know that you really exist, unfortunately, for the SEO. Yeah, nothing. So if you have a home-based office, I guess we will get into that question, Bill. Yes, you can set up a virtual business. You do not need a home address. However, when creating your Google My Business account, you will need to have an address for Google to send you a postcard to know that you're actually a business or a person, you know? Yes, Frankie, I'll try yours in a second. So what we can see here, Ayana, is that you do not have a Google My Business. Like, it can't be found, it doesn't exist, so it's time to create one. What you will do is you'll go to business.google.com, you'll log in or do it from your phone, and you'll create an account. So let's say you log in here, you want to add a business. Your page will look a little different, but it'll look like this. So you'll put, you know, blooming you. Let's see if anything comes up. Nope. So if nothing comes up, it means Google doesn't know you exist yet for Google My Business specifically. So you click that. Home care. Is that one word? You probably want home help or family care or whatever. That's just for the example, home help. Do you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or office? This is where you hit no. Where do you serve your customers? You know, this is where you can put multiple locations. You put Philadelphia, you could put Camden, you know, you can put multiple areas. Then you need to add your phone number, your website URL. What page was I on? If you don't have a website, Google My Business will literally create you one for free. It's kind of crazy. You go to next, Now, Google's going to need to mail you a postcard. The address you give them can be your home address. It does not mean that address will be shown on Google, because you already put that you're a service area business, not a location business. So you put your address here, you know, whatever, add the address, hit next. It's going to mail you a postcard. If you need me to help with this, I can do a consultation with you. I'll put a link to my calendar here, because it can be kind of tricky. This is probably one of the hardest parts. All right. Oh, we got a couple in here. I know there's some questions. Answered that one. Frankie, your business name is literally no spaces in it. It's just Frankie Services LLC. Is that right? Gonna make it pretty tough for you. I would not advise that. Can you show your email address again before the session ends? Yes, it's above. Just scroll up in the chat right here. All right, Frankie, up. See if that comes up. There you are. Here you are. We'll do a quick live audit of Frankie's business. Let's go. You're in Reading, right? I have family in Reading. 840 Lancaster Ave Rear. Never seen that. What I do notice is Home Advisor comes up above your website, though. That's the first thing I notice. Anytime it's a branded search and something other than your website comes up before you, it means your website does not have good SEO. There's no branding SEO to this. So you really need to work on your website SEO, which is separate from local SEO. Local SEO has to do with Google My Business and other things. Website SEO has to do with your website and other things. Let's audit the account here. So we've got reviews. We've got 10 reviews. We've got a category service. We've got the address with some service options. We've got the hours. We've got the phone number. We've got an appointment link. I could request access to this if I wanted. You've got a main photo. You might want to, I mean, that's decent. That's good. There's no Q&A. So make sure you get people asking questions on this. Google's going to like to see some questions. Like, I could ask a question right now. Do you, oops, come to us, you know, and then you could answer this from your Google My Business account. Google likes that. Sorry, my computer is slow right now. Out of here. And the reason you see Momentum SEO, this is like a master account that I use we do a lot of SEO, like our team does in this account. All right. You see these reviews here, you need to respond to these reviews, and I typically suggest using keywords in your response. All right, right here's a response. Perfect. Response. Good job, Frankie. You can always use keywords in the response too. That way, like, it triggers some search results if you use more keywords in the reviews or in the review responses. That's like a little trick you could do. Here's your description. Use the entire length of your description. This one's too short. You have plenty of room here. You have 750 characters to use. So use more of the description. Oh my goodness, my computer's going to drive me crazy. And you're using posts. Good job, Frankie. This is good. So you can use Google Posts here. The only thing I'm not seeing is some products and services. If you sell any products, make sure they're listed. If you have any services, make sure those are listed. Make sure your description is longer. Respond to the reviews using keywords. Check your photos real quick. If you have a physical business, I would also suggest getting a virtual tour. Also add more pictures. There's not enough pictures here. Cool. I'll do one more audit before we jump into managing the account. I'd say do 2 to 3 per week, just like posts. SAJ Publishing and Education Services. All right, Stephen, let's see what you got. Why does this keep moving up? So right off the bat, if this is your business name and the knowledge panel showing Google My Business isn't right here, that means either you don't have one or you did a terrible job setting one up because Google doesn't recognize it, and maybe you're using a different name. I don't even see your branded website unless this is it, which, like I said, for Frankie, if you're searching your branded search term and you do not show up first, that is an issue. Like, for example, if I search Momentum Digital, we have competitors bidding on our branded keywords because I guess we're popular. See, our website shows up first, and our Google My Business is completely optimized and shows up first. You'll see we have a branded logo as the first picture, 85-star reviews with keywords in the responses, health and safety information, address, service options, longer description, posts, a bunch of optimized information here. Where was I? SHA Publishing. Come on. Back to the chat. When I search my name, it comes up Dr. Stephen Jones. Yeah, Stephen, you need to create a Google My Business page. You don't have one. Unless it's Dr. Stephen Jones is what you're saying. Oh, so just log in here and change the name. I can suggest an edit, or I can put that I own this business and manage it for you. Nice, you've got some products here. This is good, man. I'm glad you have some products. You have a longer description, which is good. You've got some updates here. But yeah, it's super simple to change your name. Like if you log into, am I not in here again? If you log into Google My Business, you can easily change your name. I think somebody raised their hand. But like, let's go down to Momentum Digital right here. This is like where we, yes, Captain Kirk. What's up, man? Put a chat or a question in. If I have a bop, what's that? Jay, what's a bop?
And then Mac, I'm not sure if you saw some questions in the chat there about your address for Google My Business. So someone asked if you can have a PO box. I know that came up last time as well.
Google frowns upon PO boxes. They might not catch it, but if they do, you're going to be suspended. So do not use a PO box.
And then someone asked if for a region, instead of it saying like the region is Philadelphia or something, can you just say United States?
Do not do United States. You're never going to show up for any search results. Put like a bigger geographic region. I don't even know if you can put an entire state. I've never tried that, but probably won't suggest it. But Stephen, I think it was you. You can change your name super easy if you need to. You just go into login, go to info, go to this little button here, change your name. Sometimes Google will give you a hard time about it, and they won't change it right away because if they see your name as Dr. Stephen everywhere else, instead of whatever the actual business name was, they might make it a little difficult for you to change it. Service areas. Let's see if I can do Pennsylvania. Nice. Yeah, you can do Pennsylvania. You might be able to do United States too. I've never seen anybody do that, but the broader the region you're targeting for your service area, it's like competing against everybody in the state. It's like, a high school basketball player being an all-star in his high school versus being a nobody in the NBA, you know? So the smaller the region, the better. Does the Gmail account need to be a business one? No, it does not. My business email is through Outlook. You can use Gmail. You can use Gmail. Do you need to have an LLC to open the Google business? No. Anybody can. You don't even need to have a business. I can do one for free. I have fictitious accounts that aren't even businesses. Let's see. If you have multiple locations, you recommend creating separate pages, departments. Yeah, you need to have a separate location page for each, and it goes into a lot more detail than that. That's just a broad stroke. You need to have different citations, different Facebook pages, different Yelp pages, different directories, different listings, et cetera, et cetera. Like if I go down, oh, it has me starting the Blooming Hair Home Care one. If you need me to finish that, let me know. Let's get on a call. So phone repair Philly, you see we've got 4 accounts right here. So each location has its own page. Yes. Bill, if we had an address when we set up GMB, if we had an address when we set up GMB up, how do we remove it and switch to virtual? I couldn't find that. Good question. I don't exactly remember if that's an easy thing, but I think you can do it from the info tab. If not, you might need to get a hold of Google and have them manually do it. Because I know if you go here, I think you can clear your address and apply it, but they might not save it. So I think you can try to clear and apply and then update your service areas. If not, you might have to go to support down here and try to contact Google. I don't think I've ever had to do that. I think there were some chats here. No PO box. It was named twice early, but Mac takes the last one versus first one. I'm not sure I understand why this is named twice and early, but Mac takes the last versus the first one.
I think he wants you to review his site.
Okay. What's the business name, Captain Kirk? Did you put it up here? Slight edge selling. Okay. And then what else have we down here? I changed my name and I got suspended. Marie, not good. Fix suspended. Google my business. Oh my goodness. All right, so we show up pretty high on the search results. Who is this for, Marie? Watch this article and video. If you can't figure it out, you can connect with us here. Just, you know, our contact info is all over the site. What if people recognize me more than the name of my business? That's fine. Plenty of people use their name in the Google My Business listing. Like if you want to keep it, Steven, if you want to keep the Google My Business listing with your name in it, that's fine. I've seen plenty of people do that. The main thing Google cares about though is just being consistent. Like if it's this on Google, then your website needs to be similar. Your Yelp, your Facebook, your Foursquare. There's hundreds of listings and directories, which everybody on this call needs to be on all of those. Ranking in local SEO, 50% of the effort needs to be towards Google My Business, but then there's a whole other 50% for local SEO, like listings, directories, social media, social bookmarks, reviews, reputation management, all this other stuff. The first things first though, get Google My Business right. It's not hard. It'll take you a week and then you need to manage it just like you would social media and then focus on all the other stuff, like I said. Sweet Nikki Zone, okay. So we must have a physical address, no virtual. No, Jay, if you heard me earlier when I explained that, you can have a virtual business, but you need to provide a physical address for them to mail a postcard, whether it's your home address or if you were talking about the PO box in that case, I think you can use a PO box for them to send the postcard, but don't use a PO box as a physical address. To verify and claim your account with the postcard, you can use an office or a home address or a PO box, wherever you can get mail sent to. That address won't be shown on Google once it's published. Sweet Mickey Zone. Q&A. Answered. I've entered my business letter selling second and twice. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, Captain Kirk. I'm not going to do them all though, Captain Kirk. We've got a limit on the time here. Trademark, nice. Got a category, appointment link, phone number, hours, address, no Q&A, no reviews. Google loves reviews. Get reviews, as many as possible, from customers, friends, family, anybody that knows about your business and reputation can write you a review. It doesn't necessarily have to be a customer. Got a good description here, probably make it longer. You have 750 characters you can use. If you have products or services, list them. You can do that in Google. Right here, you see, if you're logged into Google, My Business, there's a products, there's an option for products here and services here. You can also make me an admin or anybody else on your team an admin or a manager by going to users and adding a user. Right here, I guess at this point, we don't even need to go back to the presentation, but just a quick overview of Google My Business after I finish anything else here. So you're using Google Posts. Those look good. That's good. Try to do those 2 or 3 times a week. Slight edge selling. I do not see you ranking first for your branded terms. I'm guessing you try to do a free website here. This is probably you. I'm not sure what you used for that, but I suggest if you're looking for something free and easy, you can use Wix or Weebly, Squarespace. WordPress is a little bit more complicated, but better. Anytime you search your branded terms, though, you guys need to be showing up first. Even though your Facebook and Square site are above it, I mean, your website should always be first. Q&A, reviews, etc. Yeah, everything else is looking good. You know, just keep posting pictures, keep posting Google posts, add a longer description, get reviews and respond to them, add some products and services and Q&A. And that we had one more, right? What was the other one I just looked up? Sweet Mickey Zone. Oh, really? All right, this is the last one, and we're moving on. We're already 53 minutes in. All right, so your website shows up first. This looks like it's probably your website. I do not see a Google My Business. If you have an address, you could always search the name and address and phone number. If you don't show up after that, it means you definitely don't have one. So if you don't have one, if you remember, I showed you how you can log in. If you can't log in because you don't have an account, then you create a free Google account or create a Gmail. And then from there, you can create a Google My Business account. As I showed you guys earlier, you add a new business and your screen is going to look like this, where it lets you try to find the business first. If you can't find it, it says create a business with this name, and then you create it and go through these steps. Super easy. Once you log in, let's review the dashboard. So Momentum Digital, let's review the dashboard here. We try to log into this like 2 or 3 times per week. So set a recurring calendar reminder, Siri reminder on your phone or something. Once you log in, there's really only two to three things you should be doing once you log in 2 to 3 times per week. You want to create a post and you want to add a photo. Google makes it very simple. Here's the homepage. The first thing it says to you is create a post and add a photo. Do that 2 or 3 times per week, just like you would with Instagram, Facebook, whatever. It also says stay connected during COVID. You can update your service availability, your hours, or any COVID updates. You can try call history. This is pretty new. I'm going to turn on our call history so I can show you as an example. So now you'll be able to see your call history directly within Google My Business. I will show you an example of what that looks like. The home page here is really your dashboard for everything Google wants you to know and use. So that's where you need to focus your time and attention. It'll show you your performance breakdown, which we talk more about analytics and reporting in another SBDC program that I teach. It'll tell you search views, map views, search impressions, direct and discovery and branded views. Your activity is very important, like how many phone calls and website visits, photo views, et cetera, you're getting. If I use the other example company with phone repair Philly, you'll see how drastic and dramatic the results are. I know traffic's been a little slower recently, just this summer, not as many people in town, but let's go to one of my phone repair Philly accounts. You'll see we get 45,000 views, 40,000 searches, and 130,000 actions per month, 725 phone calls. Imagine if your business got 725 calls in the last week or the last month. It's a lot of customers. Photo views, 130,000 because we post a lot of photos, direction requests, website visits. These are customers. I haven't even posted in like 2 months here. If you guys post a lot more than me, you could do a lot better. I don't have anybody managing this account for me right now. Typically, I'll have like an intern do it for free. It's super easy. It'll say complete your business profile. This is a little glitch. Ours is completed, but walk through these details if it says that for you. Make sure to reply to your reviews. Remember, your homepage is your dashboard for everything Google wants you to do. Follow what they want you to do. Share your review form. If you want to get reviews, copy this link, text it to a friend, email it to an old customer or old contact. Use and download the Google My Business app on Android or iOS. And make sure, this is one of the tricks of the trade, to get a virtual tour. You can hire a virtual tour photographer to get a virtual tour for your business. What that looks like is you can get it embedded on Google Maps. If I go here, you can see the virtual tour inside the business. This is like the icing on top for you to rank higher on Google, because Google wants you to use all their tools and resources. This is a Google My Business virtual tour. They're only a couple $100. My company does them. If you need one for a couple $100, takes like a day or two at most, super easy to use. Here is a link to that, momentumvirtualtours.com. Request a free quote or schedule online. Get a virtual tour for your Google My Business page. Let them know that I referred you. My partner runs that side of the business. Back to Google My Business, just to round things out here. Homepage, remember, homepage, follow everything on this page. You can add attributes if you're a Black-owned business, or I think they even let you do female-led business, minority-led business. The info tab is very important as well. This is where you add all your relevant information. Additional categories, service areas, hours, more hours, special hours, phone numbers, call tracking, short names, which they're removing actually soon. Captain Kirk again, hello. I don't see anything from you, but I'll answer these questions in the meantime. I see you keep raising your hand, Captain Kirk. Should I create a Google My Business for a YouTube channel? V. Not needed, but you can if you want. If your business is just a YouTube channel, that's not a local business. If you have a virtual business that is tiny but international, would it be helpful to set up GMB name? Yeah. I mean, takes a couple hours to set this up, so I don't think it's going to drive you any business, but it'll give you a little bit more credibility for SEO for your website. So yeah. Are you going to walk through the back end of GMB to show how to set a product setter? Also, do you recommend using the website option? Yes and no. Do it if you don't have money for a better website, though. You don't have money for a website, then yeah, do the free version, build it out, takes a couple hours. Will Gmail address you show up on the search, or can you then funnel things into your primary business email? No, it's just a login. It's just an account. It's just like signing into Netflix. It's not like you use that email for other stuff, or like Netflix shows that email. So just a login, you know. What's the name of the follow on GMB class? It is, I think, Insights and Reporting. All right, so the last things here, make sure to add your service keywords, and you can add and edit products here, which takes you to this tab. Your prices, your products, you can see what it looks like on Google. It's really cool. It's only been out like a year or two. So if you're more of like a product-based business, you can add your products and descriptions and keywords with them. If you're a service business, which we do services too, you can add your services and add your keywords with the services. It's very important. This is where you would make the website. It's free. It's kind of cool. It just pulls in your reviews, your products, your services all into one. It uses like machine learning to do that. Photos, this is where you can add photos. Super easy, super easy. You can add your cover photo and your logo. And then at any point in time, you can add more photos. Really cool. You just can do it on your phone or your computer. Here's a picture of my basement. I could add that if I want to. And hit open, and then I would upload it and save it. Very easy to use. I probably want to remove that. This is how you delete something. This is a customer uploaded photo. I don't really like this, so you can also flag photos. This is a very ugly photo. So you can flag photos, not a photo of the place. And then I submit this to Google to remove any photos customers uploaded that I don't like. The same thing for reviews. I get this question all the time about reviews. If you have a bad review, like I'm sure I've got some somewhere. Can't make everybody happy. Mostly 5 stars. Let's see if there's any here. Sorry guys, 1 second. I'm sure this question is going to come up because everybody wants to know. Like right here, this is how you flag a review. Always respond to them, try to say something nice, even if they were a terrible customer. But then you can flag it and flag it for a legitimate reason. You know, just if you don't know what to put, just put something. And then you can send this link, or you can send a link to the review to friends, family, other followers, whatever, to get them to flag it as well by sending them a link directly to that review. So basically you would find the review on Google Reviews. And sorry, I'm going to wrap this up soon. I know there's a bunch in the chat here. I don't even know if this is really relevant to managing it, but yeah, I guess managing reviews is very helpful too. So you go down here, click these 3 buttons, report review, and put whatever, put whatever the reason is. That's how you flag it. It's that easy. Back to Google My Business one more time. Check the chat. Let's see anything. I don't see anything you're posting in the chat. You guys not getting hosts and panelists, everyone? Oh no.
I add them all into the chat, Max, so they should be good.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was set like that by default. Here's my contact info too. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So we talked about the home page, we talked about reviews, we talked about optimizing your profile, auditing your profile, setting a profile up, managing your profile. As a reminder, log in 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a week. Do it on your phone. Google loves that you use your phone. Download the My Business app. It's free to use, free to set up. Create a post. This is how easy it is to create a post. Say what's new, add a picture. It's easier than posting to like Instagram or whatever. Let's see if I've got, grow on Instagram. This is something I would post for the marketing business. Actually, I might as well since I'm already here. Create a post. What's new? You would upload the picture or video. The video needs to be short, like less than 30 seconds. Dun, dun, dun. To grow. How to grow on Instagram. You can add a button here. You could have them book an appointment or learn more and go to the website or buy a product or sign up for something or call now. I'll just put call now. There's tons of, there's like 5 or 6 different types of posts you can create, like a COVID update, an offer, what's new, an event, product post, etc. It's really cool. Same thing for photo. I showed you how to upload a photo. You can tag them too. If you want to upload an interior photo of the inside of something, you can do that. Or yourself working or a team picture, whatever the case might be. And that last thing here is messages. Make sure to turn on your messaging. There's a messaging feature. This guy's just fishing, but yeah, you can have messages to and from customers. It's really cool. Like phone repair Philly gets them constantly. It's almost annoying. But it's like a 2-way conversation. It's like getting an Instagram DM. You can like message all these people. Like we get hundreds and hundreds. It's tough to keep up with. That about wraps it up. I'll take any final questions before I let you guys go. If you found this helpful, I'm going to do something that you guys should do. First things first, if you want a free local or website SEO audit, email me for audit mac@needmomentum.com. I will give everybody a free audit. The person that won the quiz earlier will get a website SEO audit as well though. In return, what I am going to ask for, this is what you guys should do with your customers, friends, family. You guys can actually write me a review now for Momentum, my marketing business, because you learned something from me. I taught you something related to my business that is going to help your business. So if you've done something similar with your business and friends, family, customers, send them your review link. I would greatly appreciate it. If you found this helpful and insightful, to write us a review. It helps me get more business. It helps me grow my business. And if you tell me more about your business, I'm happy to write you one as well. And I think that about wraps it up. If you do want to schedule a call with me, we can do a short, quick call, like 10 minutes. Those are free. If you need an in-depth marketing or strategy call, those are not free though. You can schedule right here. Last but not least, thank you. Everybody, thanks so much. I'll answer any final questions. How do we get an intern to help free profile management? Post online, but probs reach out to local schools. I teach at Temple University sometimes, and I'm probably going to join their adjunct entrepreneurship program as a professor this fall. So I sort of have an in there, but we have a bunch of interns, a bunch of contractors, freelancers, and employees, so plenty of people. So way to link our social media accounts to the GMB. Stephanie, great question. No, there is not. However, if you are very active on these platforms and post links from one to another, eventually Google will pick up on it. There's no better way for me to explain it. So for example, let's see, the doctor here let's check his listing or this listing. My computer's finally quiet. It's not making a bunch of noise. you'll see if you're very active on all these platforms. Oh my goodness, come on. It should pick it up in the bottom of the knowledge panel here. No, I didn't see it for Steven. The short answer is no, I'm sorry. Yes, I hope this is helpful. Thanks so much, everybody. Any last questions here? Why would my 35-second video, like I said, it needs to be 30 seconds or less. I'd probably try to go for 20 seconds. Can the messaging button be put on my business website so all the chats go to one place? I don't think so. That's a good question. I don't think so, though. I think it's directly from people using mobile devices, and mostly for Android devices. I haven't even seen them too often for iPhones, but it's becoming more prevalent. Cool. Thanks, everybody. You have my contact information. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You have my email. You have my scheduling link. Make sure to schedule a virtual tour. If you want to rank higher, schedule a session with me. If you need more information, appreciate everybody's time. It's been about 70 minutes. Write me a review. I'll write you one in return. Thanks so much. And I'll catch you guys next time. And I'll let, I'll end it here.
Great. Thank you so much, Mac. I really appreciate your time today. I'm just going to put the survey link in the chat one more time here for everyone. And I think we got to everyone's questions. I see a lot of thank yous in the chat, so that's great. Someone just asked, did you get to the why would a 35-second video be rejected by any chance already?
Too long.
Okay, great.
30
So
seconds.
great. I think there was a lot of really great content. Everyone was really engaged, which I love to see. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. But if anyone has any follow-up questions, you can always send us an email at sbdc@temple.edu, and you also got Mac's information. So thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
And then Mac, just as the host, if you click end, it'll close it out for us.
Awesome. Whenever you get the video, yeah, just send it my way again, and I'll post it on YouTube and like reshare it.
Will do. Thanks.
This is cool. It's very engaged.
Yep. All
Thanks
right.
so much.
Thanks so much. Bye.
All right. Bye.